Oh god. I did that YouTuber apology thing. Yeah. I'll switch it over. Sorry, no, I'm quiet. I had to regain my composure. Just waiting on everyone to show up. To everyone who's here, hello. I should probably turn on the chat. Give me just a moment here. Oh, where is it? The power button. I'm looking for it. Is that it? No, that's the volume button. Oh, do I have the camera on the power button? There it is. Alright, give me just a second to pull up chat. Hey guys. Right. So. Oh, thank you. Oh. Oh, where'd I get the mask? I got it from Amazon. I'll talk about it later. It's got some cool stuff. It lights up. It's got a little display here that you can, like, do some stuff on. I'll worry about that later, but... right. Oh, I should probably turn my volume down a little bit. Oh, that's the opposite. There we go. Alright, so... I just lost my job. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little scared, but I do got a place I can move to. So I should at least be okay for a couple of months. I mean, okay, here's kind of what's gonna happen. I'll go ahead and explain the next steps. Hey, Pokemon Grow. So the next steps right now, we are right now. I'm gonna stay here where I'm at right now for a few more days until next Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'm going to be getting paid. I'm going to let my roommate know I lost my job. I owe him some money, but I can't pay him back, so I'm just going to have to tell him, hey, here's rent, like this month's rent. I can't pay you anymore. I'm sorry. And then, I'm going to have to go and move to this new place, and I'll just have to come back here and give him the money when I have it. But on the bright side, I can actually put a lot more focus into content creation. Right now, today, I need to decompress. I am scared. I am upset. And I'm having to reflect a lot on my character. And I'll explain it more as we move along. But as my post on Discord said, it's going to get a little bit dark. There's a lot at play here, a lot of personal stuff, and I can't really, I'm not going to go into, gratuitous detail about everything, but I'm going to have to reveal a bit of potentially upsetting information. So, this is going to be a very serious talk. I would recommend anybody not over the age of 18 to kindly leave and come back when we go back to Monster Hunter. This isn't something I wanted to do on my main channel, but this is very impromptu. I was going to make my side channels about a month before I was going to leave. So maybe in August, I was going to make my eyebrow and iVods channel, and this would have been like an eyebrow video. But oh yeah, no. So Abandoned Girl. There's actually a lot more to it. So I guess I'll kind of start from the beginning here. So I already told you what's next. I'm really going to be focusing a lot on that. I am not going to be taking at like sponsorships from shady stuff like Raid Shadow Legends and stuff like that. I know I was like, oh, if I'm going to be homeless, then yeah, I'll do it. I'm still, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, okay, if it's like I have to take this sponsorship to feed my dogs. Oh, sorry about that. I got a little earbud in. Let me just correct that. There we go. But if it's like I have to take the sponsorship in order to afford feeding my dogs, I'm going to take the sponsorship. But as is right now, I'm not too worried about it. Because I have a place to go. I have a place to safely keep my dogs. So I will focus on going there and getting a job and, obviously continuing content creation. But so that's pretty much what's going to happen next. I am just going to focus on content creation. I am going to, go to the place, see if I can get me like a part-time job where I can just barely cover everything and also donate plasma, because on those days where I donate plasma, I'm also going to do like a scary game or something. Like, just a random game. Like I said, I'm going to stick to that schedule. I am going all in on content creation. I'm going all in. It's me and you guys. We're going to be, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm just really scared, man, because I don't have that safety net I was planning for now. I had a whole safety net I was going to have, and it's really scary. Anyway, it's a little jumbled. I'm a little autistic. It's kind of hard for me to get my thoughts straight, but so that's pretty much what's the plan moving forward. I'm gonna be doing that. As far as what happened, here's how I lost my job. So I would say it kind of started with one of my coworkers. He's kind of a dick. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's just rude. He will just call you stupid. He will actually be a complete and total dickhead to you, and then you'll be like, can you not do that? Like literally, I said, could you just not do that, please? And he said, well, don't be stupid. So I had a tendency to not get along with this guy. There were times where the first time I really had an issue with this guy, he actually physically assaulted me in the workplace. And this is also where it kind of stretched to. It's with my supervisor as well. Because my supervisor, I feel as if he discriminated against me, personally. And that did have something to do with that. Wait, what? Well, okay, so plasma donation isn't really blood donation. It's like the fluid in the blood. I actually have a scar right here. Like, you can probably see it. That little dot right there, that's from like a couple years of donating plasma. It's a big needle, so it will leave a scar if you do it enough times. But, I've saved like, I think I've given at least 30 different people have had plasma donations using my blood so far, because, or at least that's with one of the companies I'm using, because they actually track it on their app. So, that's a really good feeling. Also, that's like $300 to $400 a month. That's just money on the table for doing a good deed. So, I like doing a good deed. I like getting money. It's a double whammy. It's a double win. Oh, God, I am sweating. It is so warm today. Anyway, also, I'm going to need to do that anyways in order to help pay for everything, because it's going to be kind of necessary. Oh, yeah. No, I appreciate it, Nifty. Just doing my best, But, so like I said, it started with this, anyways, right, back on track. So it started with this coworker, and, like I said, my supervisor as well. This coworker, he was, like, insulting me, and effectively what I said was, hey, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I do not like you. I do not want to talk to you. Go away. Leave me alone. And he could have left me alone. Him talking to me wasn't needed for us to do our job of pulling boards off a line and placing them on a pile. And I just ignored him. I literally just did not respond to him when he started, he kept berating me, and I just ignored him. And it got to the point where, if y'all seen those movies and stuff where somebody, bumps into him, oh, we're going to fight, man. he actually did that where he bumped into me. And obviously, I got dogs. I don't got nobody to, matter of fact, hey, Sassy, come here. Come here, baby girl. Hey, here's Sassy. Come here, Sassy. Come on. Hey, this is Sassy. But I have dogs. So obviously, I wasn't going to punch him in the face. Because if I went to jail, nobody's there to take care of my dogs. And that's kind of why I'm doing all this. I need to take care of my babies. But what happened was, like I said, he bumped into me, and I went to the supervisor. I had earbuds in at the time. And so my supervisor, after I told him, hey, so like, just so you know, this guy's like severely harassing me and even like bumped into me aggressively. He's acting like really aggressively towards me. His response wasn't, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry that happened. I'll take a look at that. His response was, so why do you got earbuds in? And I was like, because everybody else does. And he said, take out your earbuds. So he does go and he does talk to the coworker after that. But him, the guy he just got onto, and everybody else, 2 other people besides me and that coworker on the line, had earbuds in, except me. All right, and this is going to be a consistent pattern moving forward. Oh, they gave you numbers? Oh, yeah. No, it always makes me feel nice whenever I like do a good thing and I can actually like see it helping people out. Oh yeah, and how they act like chosen over petty reasons. Yeah, it did seem like that. Now, that was really like the first major incident. The second one after that, this is where I had to like go over my supervisor to the site manager. There was a guy on the line, just using his phone. I mean, he was just sitting there using his phone for at least, okay, if we have a 10 and a half hour workday, he was on his phone for at least an hour and a half outside of break, outside of lunch, on the line, just constantly on his phone. And I'm just thinking, well, I've gotten in trouble for using my phone on the line before, but we are on camera, so if my supervisor's seeing him do it, I guess I can do it. Because he was literally right beside me. He was like 20 feet away and on the same workstation, right? So I start using my phone. I'm not sitting there, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting there like this. But what I am doing is, I'm just like, okay, I'll just answer a message real quick. Okay, yeah, that's cool, man. And then I just toss it aside. Oh, accidentally. Yeah, here's what I was saying about the mask. Where is it? Yeah, you can actually like draw on the mask and then have it do stuff. That's actually like really cool. But anyway, so I talked with this guy, and no, I didn't talk with the guy. So I took my phone out. I was just like answering messages and then putting it down, having it up for like 10-15 seconds at a time, just like answer a quick text, right? And supervisor comes down, walks past this guy who's on his phone, and then he comes up to me, chews me out, and says, "Get off your phone or put it in your car." And then he just goes. And I'm like, what the heck? So I had to go to the site manager the next day and tell him, hey, yeah, this guy's on camera, just sitting there on his phone constantly. And the supervisor came down to chew me out, and I was using my phone maybe like 10% of what this guy was doing. And then obviously, they checked the camera the next day and they found out, oh, I was telling the truth. So they dealt with it that way. Oh, sorry, let me catch up on chat. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that did feel like I was being targeted. But that's going to play into what's coming on. What's happening now. So I know I said that it's going to get a little uncomfortable. I'm going to have to reveal something about where I'm moving to. I know this is something I was stressing out about before, and now I'm stressing out about it again. I said I would probably have to move somewhere potentially dangerous if I couldn't like get me a converted van to live out of. And here's why. Okay, I'm going to have to break it down. Trigger warning. It's really uncomfortable stuff. Seriously, guys, if y'all are like really easily made uncomfortable, trigger warning. Because I'm about to have to live somewhere, like, really dangerous. Alright, so, now that I've given you all that warning, keep in mind, this is going to be a low-income, high-crime neighborhood. I don't care about that. I've lived in Baltimore City. It's like, I've lived in Baltimore City. It's a high crime place. Literally, you can just walk down the street and there's a guy with the bins because he overdosed on fentanyl. So it's like I'm used to that. And again, if you are under the age of 18, please kindly leave. Not because I don't want you here, but because this is something you should be having to listen to. If you're not under the age of 18, or if you're not over the age of 18. So if you're under the age of 18, I promise you within the next 24 hours, I will be streaming again. You are more than welcome to come. I'll be playing Monster Hunter or Helldivers or something. You're more than welcome to come and join. So now that we've got that out the way, yeah. So like I said, it's a low crime, it's a low income, high crime neighborhood. That's fine and all. The part I was stressing out about before is the guy said, yeah, and okay, so I'm somebody who's demisexual, right? So I don't care if you go one way or the other, and there it is relevant me bringing that up. Personally, I'm just not really attracted to anybody. If I do wind up being attracted to someone, it's going to be because there's like a genuine emotional, like romantic connection there. So it's like if it's with a guy or a lady, I don't care. It's just chemicals in the brain. That's how I see it. If my chemicals make me attracted to somebody, cool. But until that happens, I'm not really attracted to anybody. So for me, when it comes to intimate, stuff, that's something that I'm not really like super comfortable with, like engaging in. And I'll still like joke around with the boys, and we'll talk about inappropriate stuff. So it's whatever. But as far as like directly, flirting with me, I'm not really comfortable with that. So this guy said that I'm just gonna flirt with you a lot. I flirt with everybody. I'm gonna flirt with you a lot, and you're gonna have to deal with it whether you like it or not, because that's just how I am. And that's quoting him. So yeah, I was really concerned about. That's not the worst part, by the way. So hey, I'm gonna be sexually harassed, and there's just nothing I can do about it. And that's why I was talking about like trying to get a converted van or something, because there's just nothing I can do about it. It's that or homeless. I have been trying to look into other options in terms of housing, but now that's completely eliminated. Pretty much, I just lost $6,500 worth of work. Like, I was supposed to leave September 27th. Between now and then, I would have made like $6,500, probably a little more, because I missed a couple of days because of all this. Like tomorrow we would have been off anyways, but because of July 4th. But yeah, I lost $6,500, so I don't have any prospects besides this one. So yeah, that's pretty rough. But in terms of other stuff on top of it, something that does concern me a little bit more is the guy said he's a felon. He doesn't want anyone living with him. And I am going over all this stuff for a reason. It will be relevant. Like, it will involve my supervisor on the job. It does relate to like why I got fired. But he's a felon. He doesn't want me to tell anybody where I live because apparently the community does not like him there. The biggest thing that bothers me the most, I don't really know how to word this delicately. I really, really don't. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull something up here. I'm going to use JSLAT to help facilitate this, problem.
I'm fucking the dog.
That's the problem.
I'm fucking the dog, Ted. I'm fucking that.
I know, like, okay, I'm somebody who takes like a really traumatizing situation. I try to make it like funny because that's just how I cope, using humor to cope with that sort of thing. But yeah, him and Jay Schlatt have something in common. I mean, I know Jay Schlatt was talking about some VTuber or something, but yeah, so that's why I'm scared, and that's why I've been trying to like get myself some sort of safety net. But oh, it didn't play? Wait, it didn't play? What? Oh, okay. Okay, so basically, there's a phrase called, they screwed the pooch. or, you screwed the pooch, you messed up. This guy takes that phrase a little too literally. I don't want to get my stream taken down and banned from Twitch. So I don't want to get accused of endorsing it. It's just, this guy admitted to having certain interests that are not okay. And I have no choice but to live with him because it's either that or homeless. And so, and again, this will be relevant to what's going on here. But yeah. So I am worried about that. So the reason why this is relevant to why I got fired is my supervisor, he kind of like just randomly pulled me into his office. Okay, so after that incident where I reported, to my site manager about that, they got all that sorted out. They kind of cracked down a little bit more about that, but not much. And what happened was my supervisor randomly pulled me into his office a little bit after that, and he was like, hey, so I just wanted to talk with you because God kind of wanted me to talk with you. And I was like, okay, I don't mind, somebody talking to me about Christianity, like, oh, Jesus loves you, just so you know. It's like, hey, it's kind of sweet. It's like, for me, this is a nice thing. And I want to tell you this nice thing that you're loved and you care about. Maybe I don't believe in Christianity per se, but it's still nice. It's like, hey, just so you know, Jesus loves you. Jesus was a great guy. So, yeah, I was fine with it. For me, the problem was he kind of got, for me, I was like, yeah, the guy I live with, I met him on Grindr because I already asked everyone I knew if I could stay with them, and they said no. Either because I had my dogs or just because they didn't have room for me. But this guy, total stranger, I just kind of got on Grindr one day, and I just asked some random people, hey, I need a place to live, and I got dogs. Can I stay with you? And this guy said, yeah. Really nice, reasonable guy. Actually, really sweet. This guy's an actual bro. I would die for this man. He is a little sick of me. He's like a grumpy old man, but he's let me stay here for the last year, work a job. I was saving up to get out of his hair. Just very nice guy. And my supervisor was like, yeah, being homosexual is not okay. That's wrong. That's wrong. And I was like, okay, well, I asked churches, and churches said no. So yeah, that was a little uncomfortable to talk to my supervisor about that. But yeah, I did go to churches first, and they said no. Mostly because I had dogs, but others were just like, yeah, it's going to take some months. And I was like, well, in a few months, I need a job now. So I was just trying to get somewhere where I could get a job. And this guy let me do that. And yeah, my dogs are doing great right now. But, so, that was my first interaction with my supervisor about that. And he kind of messed me up a little bit there. But after that, later on, there's actually a few instances where I'm not really sure what happened. So basically, my supervisor pulled me into his office a second time. He said, hey, just so you know, people are saying you're looking up, adult material on your phone. And I was like, no, I'm not. As a matter of fact, here's what I'm willing to do. I will show y'all my search history. Y'all gonna see my search history. Okay, so I'm gonna share my search history. Let me show it to y'all. Hold up. History. Look at that. Hold up. Let me actually pull up my thing. Let me make sure y'all can see it. You're also gonna see my music taste, whatever, a little bit of it. Look at that. YouTube. Just YouTube. Nothing but YouTube. This is all I pull up on my phone. It's just YouTube. Also the US mobile site, because I use US mobile right now. Also my Patreon, so I can see my statistics and stuff. Also to my patrons, thank y'all so much. I really do appreciate y'all. Even now, y'all just kind of been sticking with it. I will be working extra hard now to kind of make that worth it. But it's just, I only have YouTube put up on my phone. Sometimes anime. Sometimes I'll watch, I'll be listening to Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer because I'm a weeb like that. But yeah, I am not looking that up on my phone, obviously. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep going. We can just keep going while we're going. And y'all can tell me if y'all see, Pornhub or X videos or something like that, but it's not gonna, oh. Gotta click more. Just YouTube. Literally just YouTube. And I was like, dude, look, you check my search history. I'm literally not doing that. And but you know, after that, he got into more of a religious talk, and he was saying like, I was like, this is now I was telling y'all earlier about the guy I was moving in with. I didn't know about the felon stuff and you know, I'm fucking the dog. I didn't know about. I mean, he's not actually. He said he wouldn't do that to my dogs, but it's just he did say he was into that, and yeah, I'm not. I'm very uncomfortable. I'm very disturbed, and I do not want to be there, but I just don't have a choice because it's either that or the streets. But yeah, so I told my supervisor about this, and I was like, yeah, you know, I know you're saying like, hey, trust in God. I did trust in God, and I like went to the church and I asked for help from them, and they said, no, we can't help you out because I don't have anybody but my dogs. Like my dogs are all I got. I don't have family. I don't have friends. I mean, I got y'all now, and that's great. But before, you know, I didn't have family. I didn't have friends. I didn't have nothing. So what do? I just go work and get help. I didn't even meet this guy on Grindr. I met this guy from like a friend group I was in, like just some online acquaintances. I can't remember what it was around. I think it was just like a general like gaming group or something, like video game giveaways or something like that. But yeah, I was just in the group and I was like, man, I need a place to live. And he was like, oh, you can stay with me. So that's where we talked. But I told the guy, you know, hey, yeah, thanks to God, I'm gonna have to live with somebody who's going to be harassing me all the time. There's nothing I can do about it. And he said, your problem is that you're putting too much faith in man and not enough faith in God. And it's like, I kind of understand his logic, but just sitting around and waiting for God to perform a miracle is not how that works. Like it is not how that works. Oh, also, hey, Asteria, good to see you, man. I just want to say for the record, it's a little blurry in here because my breath is fogging it up a little bit. But yeah, no, I appreciate you too. Wait, it's my now ex. Okay, wait. Okay, so the creep is the guy who owns the house that I will be moving into. He is my roommates. I don't really have an ex. Me dating hasn't really happened yet. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, for me it's like, okay, I did go to the church. I did ask Christians and therefore God for help. And you know, obviously I prayed. I'll be honest, I pray. I'm agnostic. I'm like, you know, hey, I believe there's some great cosmic sugar daddy in the sky keeping me, like, helping me get this far. I'm just as lucky as I am unlucky. So I'm agnostic. So I do pray. You know, I do ask, I'm like, hey, what do I do? You know, like I don't even ask like, hey, give me a mansion. I want to live there. It's just like, hey, just give me something. I don't know what to do. But yeah, you know, I just told him, I was like, you know, hey, I get what you're saying, but that's wrong. You know, that's like it's really messed up. I told him, I was like what I did ask God. I should have been more direct. That's where I went wrong. I should have been more direct and told him, yeah, this is messed up. This is like, you should not have told me that. That just completely, like, you just completely demeaned me. You made me feel like all of this effort I put into trying to just survive is worthless and meaningless. And it just completely destroyed, you know, it really destroyed me at the time. But yeah. But oh god, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So after we had that conversation, you know, I didn't tell him that, like, exactly how upset he made me, but I was definitely upset. After that, there was a couple of coworkers who actually approached me with hostility. I'm not gonna lie, over the last few weeks, about 2-3 weeks ago, shortly after I injured myself, my mental health took a bit of a decline, and I was feeling like I wanted to hit the reset button if that makes sense. And again, I don't care about monetization. I only care about like getting banned and having my channel taken down. So I don't want that to happen. But I wanted to leave the Mortal Coil. I didn't try anything. Don't worry. I was just having those thoughts. And so I spoke with my site manager. I said, hey, can I have a couple of mental health days? And he said, yeah, sure. This was after I figured out that the guy I'm moving in with, you know, dogs. So, yeah. Anyway, shortly after, oh, and just to be clear, all this stuff I told my supervisor, it's because he opened up to me and he like broached me for what was going on as well. So it was kind of like a consenting, you know, hey, we're kind of talking to each other like as people. So, you know, I wasn't like being wholly inappropriate at work. He kind of broached me for this information and I freely gave it because he's like, and I told him, hey, it's a little uncomfortable. It involves like harassment and stuff. Are you okay with that? He said, yeah, I'm fine with that. So, you know, hey, he didn't even like, he wasn't like, you know, oh, I don't want to hear that. You know, you just keep all that to yourself. He actually broached me for this information. And I even asked, hey, are you sure you want to hear it? And he said yes. So, you know, just to be clear, that's kind of where I went there. It wasn't like inappropriate conduct in the sense that I just trauma dumped on him. But after that, you know, like I said, I was feeling, you know, kind of down, needed a couple of days, but I went back to work and there was a coworker. It was still, I was still like mentally affected. And I had a coworker who approached me because I was like putting the boards in the wrong piles accidentally because I wasn't really like super hyper focused on my work. And he said, like basically he cussed at me. Like he cussed at me and I said, he's like, hey dude, like what the fuck are you doing? And I said, yeah, I got a lot going on, man. I'm just not really thinking right. He's like, well, you need to focus better. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he just, I think he cussed at me twice. And then after that, I just kind of like, I traumatized everything on. I just kind of threw it all out at him. And, you know, that was wrong of me. But, you know, that was after he cussed at me a couple of times and I was just kind of fed up. So, you know, he laughed. He laughed at me. So I kind of didn't take that well. And I cussed him out. And he went to the supervisor and the supervisor asked me like, hey, what's going on? So I told him, you know, I cussed him out because he antagonized me. And after that, the supervisor and I talked again. It kind of got on that whole religion thing. And, you know, I told him like, hey, I figured out that guy is, he likes animals a little too much. You know, I was a lot more blunt, but that's pretty much what I said. And he said, well, that's what happens when you go to that part of the internet. It's like, dude, I didn't even meet this guy on Grindr. Like, he's out here and like being homophobic. I just met this guy on like a freaking video games group or something. Like, that's what happens when you go to strangers for help. Yeah, but I don't have a choice. And after we talked about it, you know, I was feeling pretty terrible because he pretty much said, for a second time, oh, well, it's your fault, so tough luck, Sonny. After that, another coworker came up to me, started cussing me out again, because I miscounted some boards. It wasn't the same day. This was like a week or two later. This is like last week. And he started like cussing me out, like, because I miscounted some boards. I was like, hey, don't fucking disrespect me like that. And then he cussed me out again, and he called me a dumb fuck. So what did I do? I went off, and I cussed him out, and I called him a dumb fuck. And there's two reasons for this. The first one is I used to be bullied a lot. I do not take bullying well, and I tend to put my foot down like really quickly, like, hey, okay, you're gonna say F you, you're stupid, screw you. I immediately resort back. Partly because, you know, like I said, partly it's like a bit of a trauma response. I just don't take bullying well because I used to be bullied a lot by everybody all the time. All the time. I literally had no friends growing up. That's how bad it was. But, and you know, that's partly why I'm so socially awkward. It's because I didn't have any friends growing up because everybody bullied me. Not everybody. I was either bullied or ignored. And also there was like a lot of neglect and stuff. But that's not relevant to this conversation. But yeah, the second thing is I don't want to go to a supervisor and get somebody fired and make them lose their ability to pay for their home over, hey, you hurt my feelings, so I want you to be homeless, basically. Because that's how I see it. For me, my job is my lifeline, and I just lost my lifeline. So I'm kind of in some tough water here. But like I said, I cussed this guy out. My supervisor came up to me again, and he was like, "Hey, what happened?" I said, "Oh, he called me a dumb fuck." And then I pretty much explained everything that happened to him, and he was like, "All right, well, come to me if anything's wrong." So after this, and during all this time, earbuds are banned on premises. You're not supposed to be using your phones. That's pretty much the rules. I see, between then and, a few days ago, I see 3 people, one of them at least 2 different times using earbuds. And another, like, couple of people, even just a few days ago, just a guy sitting there on his phone like this. There's a lady walking by. She's not even looking up when in the forklift driving area. She's just on her phone walking past. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to use my earbuds because I need music to cope with what I'm dealing with mentally right now. And, oh, sorry. I didn't read y'all's messages. Sorry. All right, good to see you too. Oh, God, gives you comfort on certain times. Went through the same thing. Oh, yeah, Asteria. I know. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, it's not adult behavior at all. It's messed up. But, and I'm trying to give y'all, like, the most condensed version I can. But after that, pretty much what happens is I have my earbuds in. I got these earmuffs. So, because one, the earbuds give me, like, the actual ear plugs, they go too far into my ear, and they give me an ear infection. So, I use ear muffs. And 2, I put on a little, like, earbuds under them, and I use them. So, there's also a couple of people who pretty regularly, like, gets microwave meals and prepares them outside of break and lunchtime. And there's a camera in the break room, so it's not like it's hard to see. And that's where I was coming back around to saying my supervisor, like I was saying, my supervisor is, saying, what was it again? Right, where it seems like my supervisor's not seeing other people do stuff, but he's seeing me do it. Like, almost like he's targeting me, right? And, this is also after I approached him a couple of times about an employee not doing their job, right? To the point where it's affecting our job, because it's kind of like an interacting ecosystem thing. So they have to get the boards so we can put the boards down so they can get the boards and bring them over to paper app, and then they wrap the boards up and everything else. But, it's a whole ecosystem. And so, I've approached him a couple of times, and he's just been very gruff with me. Like, even the last time he did, like I said, that guy didn't come and get these boards for like 25 minutes when he should have them up within 2 to 3 minutes. And so I approach him, and he says, "What is it now, Ian?" And I'm not. Oh wait, you already know my freaking. All right, well, you already know my real name. I forgot I already freaking doxed myself. I said, "Oh, what is it, Brandon?" And so I said, hey, I don't want to, like, I'm not normally somebody that tries to report, like cause any trouble for other people. It's pretty much what I said. What I said was, I'm not normally somebody who tries to complain about other coworkers. That's specifically what I said. But he didn't even let me finish. He cut me off, and he said, "Who is it now?" I don't normally come to him about other coworkers. So it's like, okay, dang, bro, kind of hostile, but sure. So I was telling him, okay, well, this guy isn't getting the boards. But yeah, so that was kind of a little bit hostile, but I didn't really think too much about it. And then, like I was saying, last week I had my earbuds on. Multiple coworkers, multiple times a week, go in and, like, prepare microwave meals outside of break time. Not supposed to be doing that, but they did it. So I had some hot water. The line was down. They were doing some repairs because something messed up in there. And I was like, all right, I got this hot water in this plastic bottle. And I have a ramen cup in my bag, and we got lunch in 30 minutes. So what I thought was, okay, I'm going to take this hot water. I'm going to pour it in this ramen cup, and I'm going to let it sit like close by where I can, like, cook. And that way I can eat it on break, and it'll be nice. It's just quick and easy, save a few minutes of break for prep time, and I can just enjoy it faster. So I go in, and I'm about to get some cold water. It's also to change out the cold water, which you are allowed to do. And my supervisor walks up to me and he says, "Now's not the time for that." That's exactly what he said. And I didn't really think anything about it. I thought he was saying it like, hey, just so you know, don't make this like a regular thing. Don't be doing that. You're kind of not supposed to be doing that. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to complain if other people are doing it. And it's like, oh, you're telling me, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. But I was like, okay, whatever. Like, he didn't even give me a chance to respond. I was going to say, hey, well, I already got this hot water. I got this cup. I'm just going to dump it in. I'm not like cooking it in the microwave or anything. I literally just got water, cup, pour, cold water, and then just go back to the chain. And he didn't give me a chance to respond. So I decided, whatever. He was probably just telling me like, hey, don't do this normally because, you're not supposed to be. You're just like, and pretty much reminding me of the rules. And that's his job as a supervisor. I get that. And I go back to the chain. I have some in the cup. He walks up behind me and he says, because I got my earmuffs on. I got the earbuds on under them. So I have never seen him approach another person who has in blatant view of everybody and just like, hey, put your phone away because, you're on your phone. Hey, I see you got an earbud. Take your earbuds out. And so, he approaches me, does this, and he's like, okay, well, you got earbuds in. You obviously didn't hear me. That's a safety violation. I'm writing you up. It's a 3-strike system, and this is strike 2. And this is strike 2. And I feel as if I was unfairly targeted based on everything I've just said. And I even wrote a whole report. You want to know what I was doing the other day? I wrote like a 3,000 word document on like fully explaining everything. And I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm being unfairly targeted. Now, to kind of like provide a little bit more information, these people who have like come up to me and cussed me out, I pretty much stick to myself on the chain. I just don't really talk to anybody. If somebody comes up to me and if they say, hey, you did this wrong, my first response is always either my bad or sorry about that. Always. That's always my first response to, hey, you messed up. And my response is, my bad. Sorry. Like, I'm acknowledging I did wrong. And therefore, you should understand, without having to cuss me out, that means I will try not to do that wrong thing again. Now, don't get me wrong. I messed up a few times over the last few weeks, a little bit more than usual, because, like I said, bad mental state. But, like I said, I just, like, my first response is always sorry or my bad. And it only escalates if they start insulting me, cussing me out, or just deliberately antagonizing me by, like, following me around when I try to walk away. And I always say, I'm sorry, my bad, not having a good day, it's hot. My bad. That is always what I default to every single time. And what happened was I filed this complaint because based on what I said about my supervisor before, how he acted, what he said, his treatment, like his apparent treatment of the other employees who are doing these things that I'm getting in trouble for, I'm getting written up for. I'd already gotten written up once, by the way. If I got one more write-up, I would have gotten fired. I already got fired anyway, but if I would have gotten written up one more time, I would have gotten fired. And I did feel like I was unjustly written up. And what happened was the first time I got written up, it's just because I got an injury and I didn't say anything because, again, he was getting on to me for approaching him about stuff before. Like, it's like he was finding reasons to get me in trouble. And so I was just trying to avoid trouble, but I got written up because they didn't report a medical injury. So, fair enough. Like, I didn't have any problem with that. Fair enough. It's a medical thing. I should have said something. I didn't. Okay. But I did, like I said, write up a whole document. I gave it to the site manager. He said, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a day of administrative leave paid, and I'll do an investigation. And here's what happened. I reported all these people I'd seen. Like, I put in that document. I saw this person on the phone. I saw this person on the phone. I saw this person on the phone, and it's on camera. I saw this person with earbuds. I saw this person with earbuds. I saw this person with earbuds. And he says, all right, I'm going to do an investigation. Oh, don't worry. You don't have to worry about losing your job. And, I'm going to be honest, my attendance was a little bad for, like I said, mentally not well during that time. I was late multiple days in a row. He said, oh, you got to worry about your attendance. I said, okay, that's fine. That's fair. It is fair. So I'm fine if it's fair. And, people say life isn't fair. It's fair if people who are able to make it fair, make it fair. life is fair when it comes to people. It's just people choosing not to be fair. Because, oh, it might slightly inconvenience them or something. But anyway, like I said, hey, the attendance, that's fair. Because he did get on to me about that. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to be a problem anymore. But, because it wasn't. The last 2 days I've been on time and doing well. But, what happened was he did an investigation. He went around, he asked these people, have you been on your phone? Have you been using earbuds? What do you know? They said no. And my supervisor, he actually asked him about like not getting onto these people. And you know what my supervisor said? Just before they fired me, my supervisor said, oh, well, that's because they got one eye on their phone and one eye on what they're doing. They're watching for me coming, so I don't catch them on it. I'm sorry, what? I'm on the only part of this plant that has 2 different cameras focused like directly on me. And you're saying that's why you're targeting me? And there's people who are literally walking by in the driving zone of the forklift, like where the forklifts are all driving, with their face buried in their phone, head down, just walking completely oblivious to everything going on around them. That's one eye on your phone and one eye on the supervisor. But, okay, that's what he said. He said, oh, that's because they had one eye on their phone, one eye on me. I didn't catch them with it. And of course they said no, they weren't breaking the safety violations. They didn't want to get written up. Of course they said no. But the site manager, he said, okay, so I went and asked everybody. They said we didn't catch them with it. And we feel like they said they felt like I was creating a hostile work environment. And then they terminated me. And that's why I got fired. Because they felt like I was creating a hostile work environment. You mean after my supervisor told me that it's my fault for being so desperate to have a place to live that I'm willing to move somewhere if it means my dogs can be safe? After he broached me for the personal details of my life to get that information. After people have approached me and cussed me out. And then I replied in kind because I didn't want to report them and make them lose their job. And then you're going to say, I created the hostile work environment. And he said, okay, so I'm seeing a pattern. It seems like when people approach you, you're difficult to talk with and blah, blah, blah. Y'all watch me play Helldivers 2. This dude was just team killing me. He didn't give a fuck. And I didn't get mad. I was like, well, some people, they just want to, like, cause problems and stuff. It's whatever. Like I am not, I just want to know, and I'm starting to wonder, okay, you're saying everybody said this? Am I the problem? And I'm feeling like that, that Principal Skinner meme, where it's like, oh, am I the problem or are they the problem? Oh, no, it must be them. And I don't want to be that, but it's like, am I really a jackass? Am I really hostile? And it's like, it makes no sense to me. Like, yes, if you approach me with hostility, I'll get a little heated. And if you keep being hostile to me, then yes, I'll be hostile back after trying to disengage. But that's just self-defense, I'd like to think. Like just reasonable self-defense. But no, I got fired because I created the hostile work environment. Like it just, I don't get it. But yeah, that's why I got fired. That's why apparently I create a hostile work environment for everyone else after I made what I would assume is a reasonable complaint that somebody's saying, oh, you're wrong for your protected status as a not completely straight person. I mean, I can't even say I'm a straight or gay person. It's like, I don't know who I'm going to end up liking. The first dude I ever liked was Jacob from Twilight when I was like 13. I was like, oh, that guy's hot. Chris Hemsworth, he's hot. But you know what? Freaking Scarlett Johansson, she's hot. It's like, I find people attractive on both sides. It's just I've never really developed it's like I can't even say I'm one way or the other. But at the same time, just assuming, oh, you have a bias towards those or a bias towards them, talking about like gay people, whatever. It's like, no, I think everybody's fine. Oh, you're going to come out here and start attacking me and saying, oh, I'm wrong for thinking homosexuality is fine. And then you're going to let people come up to me and cuss me out. and then get on to okay, I lashed out, and that's fine, that's fair enough. I saw it as defending myself, but I shouldn't have lashed out. And he even said, I don't want to hear about this again. If somebody cusses at you, come to me. And you know what I said? I said, absolutely, I will make sure if it ever happens again, I will come straight to you. And I meant it. So it's like, I'm over here being compliant, like trying to do my best to do what I'm supposed to do. And then when I feel like I am being discriminated against, I go through the official channels, and then I get fired for creating a hostile work environment. What? Because I cussed somebody out after they cussed me out and called me a dumb fuck? After I cussed somebody out for cussing at me multiple times, and I said, I had a long day, I just have a lot on my mind, I don't want to deal with this right now, and he's still chasing me down and antagonizing me. So yeah, I cussed him out. Okay, so fair, I shouldn't have done that. But he got on to me about that. And again, they were hostile towards me. And I defended myself. Okay, but again, in a professional setting, it's whatever. But by that same aspect, like if we're going off that logic where it needs to be strictly professional, he should have been fired the moment he said, oh, you're a gay person? You're wrong. You're wrong for not being a Christian. It's like, that's not a Christian. I have met genuine Christians in my life. That is not a Christian. That is somebody who's using Christianity to judge people and make themselves feel better than other people. That is not a Christian. That is somebody using Christianity to project their insecurities on other people and to make them feel like they're better than other people. But no, we investigated ourselves and you're fired because you created the hostile work environment. I'm sorry, what? Like again, I stream all the time. It's like, I have been angry on stream. And the most mad I have ever got was, oh my god, dude, get this guy out of here, this stupid scammer. Get this scammer out of here, ban him. Like I didn't sit there and freaking cuss the scammer out. I didn't go overboard. It's like, yeah, if you're in my face screaming at me and cussing me out, I'll get heated and I will get hostile and I will cuss you out. But I have never put my hands on anybody. I've never gone completely off the deep end. I've pretty much kept it proportionate. I've escalated a little bit a couple of times. But that was like when the guy, like I said, came up to me and cussed me out and called me a dumb fuck. And then I did escalate a little bit. I did say, no, I'm going to stay here and help you, you dumb fuck. You wanted me to come down here, you dumb fuck. And I called him a dumb fuck like 10 different times. But yeah, that's probably the worst it ever got. And yeah, I was kind of wrong there. But again, I don't understand how me going through the official channels when I'm feeling discriminated against gets me fired because everybody else says I'm the one creating a hostile work environment. Right? Because I said I felt discriminated. Like, I actually created a whole document. I don't want to pull it up right now. I have to pull up an email and everything, but I'll probably show it to y'all later on. I have the email. I'll just keep the email, but like a 3,000 word document. I actually created it, and I didn't insult anybody. I didn't use any foul language. I wasn't disrespectful. I just said, this is what he said. This is the context surrounding it. And this is why I feel I was discriminated against. And I got fired for it. But yeah. That's pretty much the story. That's pretty much what happened. Oh, sorry, Deathnomicon. Yeah, my bad, dude. Oh, Rathy. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I got a little mad. Okay, I did get a little salty at some of the monsters. But you wouldn't catch me throwing my shit and going ah! Oh, Rathian, you bitch! But it was more just a disbelief thing. That wasn't anger, that was disbelief. But either way, even talking to y'all, even Neon, there was actually a couple of times where I got a little irritated with Neon saying, skill issue, just a little bit too much. And I was like, yes, I get it. I'm bad at the game. Alright, whatever. Yeah, that's me being mad. That is me being mad. And then I'm the one creating the hostile work environment. Because every single time somebody approaches me and they say, hey, you messed this up, my first response isn't, oh, really? Well, fuck you. My first response is always, my bad. Sorry about that. Like, I do this. I'm like, my bad, dude. Right now, I'll do that thing, like that Japanese sort of this thing right here. I don't know what it is, but it's like a sign of apology. Just like, my bad. Sorry about that. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to do it like dead onto the camera. It's like this. Or it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's like more in front of the face or something. But I don't know. Just this little knife head in front of the face. Like, my bad. Sorry, dude. If I got like something in my other hand or I'm like busy and I got to like quickly address it. Like, oh, sorry. No, that's always my first response. And I have never cussed anybody out there without them approaching me first, being disrespectful or cussing me out. I don't get it. Like, they got cameras, but yeah, sorry about complaining all this time. Sorry about revealing so much personal detail. That's why I was stressing, like, hey, if you're under 18, I just hope nobody under 18 heard all that, but I'm going to keep the VOD up just because I don't want to have to re-explain myself. It's a lot to go over, but yeah, that's why I'm worried. If you're on Twitch and you want to support me and you want to help me get away from this freaking creep as soon as possible, first of all, if you don't believe me, feel free to reach out about this guy. I'll provide receipts. He texted me just about everything. Like all this stuff I said about him, he texted it to me. So I will provide receipts. But if anybody wants to support me, you don't have to do the Patreon route, whatever. I'm going to start making more stuff, and I'll try to revamp all that to make it worth it more. So, you know, hey, Patreon members, keep your eyes peeled. Pretty soon I'll be giving y'all a week's early access to videos. But on Twitch, I do have a donation link, like straight to my PayPal. You don't have to, but if you only want to support me once, or if you just kind of want to give me a hand, again, I'm not going to go around and e-bag all the time, but I just lost my job. I barely going to have enough money to move to this place and maybe make it a month or two without having to get a job. And you know, I don't mind getting the job part, but you know, just like I'm in a potentially precarious situation because all this money I was about to have over the next 2 months, like 2-3 months, I was making like, God, I lost like $6,000 worth of planning money because of this. So I am in a lot of trouble because Creep did, the channel artist. I got to pay this dude. I still owe this guy. He did a big project for me and I was going to pay him like increments because I knew I'd be able to afford it. I owe this dude like $200. And so I got to pay Creep dude. Obviously, I got to focus on myself first. We talked about it. I talked with him. I said I'd mention it. I am bringing it up to hold myself accountable. I got to pay Creep dude back. That's me holding myself accountable. So, you know, Creep dude, if you're there, I want to pay you back. Oh, sorry, let me catch up on messages. Like I said, y'all probably see my eyeball poking through right here. It's a little hard to see the chat through this here because it's a little blurry. Oh my god, man. Oh, okay, alright, Thunder. Hey, have a good night, man. It's good seeing you. To go around and tell people their choice? Oh, yeah. No, that's right. That is completely 100% true, Sebby. It just, those, I have met true Christians. And they don't care. Like, for me, what a true Christian is somebody, okay, okay, I used to be, like, a huge Christian, like, religious fanatic. Like, okay, not like extremists, but, you know, I was, like, really, really Christian. I genuinely believed it. So, let me tell you what's the best way to go around and help somebody convert to Christianity. You approach them when they're feeling down, having a bit of a bad time, maybe. And you know, this comes not from a place of malice of wanting to, like, start a cult or whatever. It doesn't come from, like, a cult mentality. It's just like, okay, I genuinely believe spreading the word of Jesus is going to help them out. You approach them, you say, hey, I see you're feeling down. How about you come to church with me? You know, hey, Jesus loves you. I just want you to know, you know, you're loved and cared about. Why don't you come to church with me? We can all talk about it. We can pray for you. And if they say no, okay, hey, we're always going to be here if you need us. Jesus loves you. And it's like, okay, that's a Christian. That, like, they don't care about what you like, what you don't like. They're just there to say, God loves you, come to God. And if you say no, hey, we can't force you to. You got to make your own decision. That's why God gave us free will. But just so you know, God loves you. That's a Christian. That is a Christian right there. Because they're not judging you. They're not trying to shove Christianity down their throat. They're not trying to tell you, oh, this is the devil. Oh, this is right. This is wrong. You know, obviously saying like murder is wrong. That's not controversial, right? But saying like, oh, you like metal music. This is wrong. That's not a Christian. That's not a Christian at all. And so, you know, it's just, I can tell when somebody's a genuine Christian, when somebody's not a genuine Christian. And it upsets me whenever somebody acts like a Christian, but they're not actually a Christian. Because I used to be an actual Christian, so I know what an actual Christian looks like. Anyway, oh, those temperatures. Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah, definitely. Sorry about that, Van Gorilla. Yeah, no, I like to ham it up for the camera, too. It's pretty fun. Like Markiplier. He didn't mean love the people who share your exact views. Yes, he said love people. And that's what I was saying about, like, you know, hey, whenever I was homeless, I like, the first thing I did was go to the church. Because what did Jesus say in the Bible? He said, you know, hey, as soon as you turn your back on somebody, you turn your back on me. So I'm like, I'm over here like, okay, well, they can't turn their back on me just because I got dogs. They're Christians, right? Well, apparently they can. So, okay, I don't have family. I don't have friends. I only got my dogs. That is all the love I have in the world. And you're going to tell me that you refuse to help me as somebody who's a supposed Christian because I got dogs. Because I got nobody else. Okay, sure. Okay, I believe you. Sure. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I know, Ben Girl. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I just want y'all to know, this is like the close. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are the best part. Y'all are the best thing in my life right now. I just want y'all to, I don't know if that's a little sad or not, but y'all are the best thing in my, like you right there. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You are the best thing about my life right now. Every single person here. I really hope this pays off because I do genuinely love this. It's not even that I'm resorting to content creation as a last resort. Yeah, that is partly it because I just don't see my life going anywhere. But this is something I genuinely love doing. I love talking with guys, like just sitting here and chatting. You know, sometimes just want to play some games and stuff, but also even just sitting here and chatting and sharing like opinions and beliefs and stuff. I love this. I love this. This is the best part about my life right now, outside of my dogs. Okay, I'm sorry. I love my dogs a little more than y'all, but I still love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are awesome. Like, y'all are the best part about my life. And hopefully I can do this full time at some point so I can make this my life. Because that is my goal. And like do meet and greets, go to Brazil. Brazil mentioned. You know, the Philippines, Switzerland, wherever y'all are. Germany. Oh, God, I forgot. There's a lot of y'all in Germany. I'm really surprised at how many Germans actually like this channel. Or, you know, subscribe to the channel, I guess. Really surprised me. Yeah, I think that's all I got. That's pretty much the full explanation. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take some time to decompress. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep. I don't know if I'm going to stream right after, stream after a little bit, whatever. I have a lot of lemonade here. I don't want to show you all my face yet. Like I said, 1 million subscribers. I'll take my face. Like, I'll show you my face, whatever, I guess. Also, outfit is here. All right, so here's this part. Obviously, the exercise, it's paying off. I still got some love handles. A little tubby, a little sweaty. But here's the jacket. It's... Oh, man. What's that company again? Nice Piece. I think it's supposed to be like nice clothes or something like that. Or a nice piece of clothes or something like that. I don't know how it goes, but... Yep. It's really paying off. All the exercise. Just a little bit more. Here's the new look. It's gonna look a little weird, but yeah, I like the techwear look. Oh God, it looks a lot better with the mask. Yeah, I got the little hoodie up with the mask, and the mask actually lights up as well. So, oh, let me find the button. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and yeah, Cryptid made me, I'll show you on the next video. Cryptid made me a whole thing of this. And also there's some display stuff, but I'll worry about that later. Hey, let's look. But it's too hot to wear this jacket. It is way too hot. I'm sweating just in this compression shirt, but Ah, man. Yeah, like I said, exercise is paying off. It's going really good. But we can worry about all that later. I know somebody's gonna criticize me for it before you say it. If I knew I was getting fired, I wouldn't have got any of this stuff. So I already know. But I think it was you, Abandoned Girl, right? They asked about it. I got it on Amazon. It's like a just look up Techwear mask and it should pop up. It's like $90 though. Just a heads up. It's like this is like $90. The other one I have that was like $35. This is US, by the way. It was like $35, but it doesn't have any like glowy display stuff. It doesn't have all this stuff. It doesn't have the horns. The horns you got to stick on. There's adhesive, and then you like screw them in right here. So yeah. All right. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem, Neon. I know you're going through a lot of stuff and you're feeling sick, so I hope that goes well for you too, dude. Oh God, I missed a lot of messages. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Just let me catch up. All right, you know what? I'm gonna take off the mask because I can't see Jack Diddley squat in this. Okay, like I said, this is the closest you're gonna get to a face reveal until I get to 1 million subs. Y'all can see my eyes. I can see the eyes. There you go. Let me just catch up on the message. That's just whatever. Blah. There's 1,000 people that enjoy my company. Let's go. I love that. A point itself. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, Abandoned Girl. I would love to visit Africa at some point. I hate desert. I hate deserts. I'm gonna be honest. I hate deserts, but I do like Africa as a country. I just hate deserts. So I probably won't go to Africa much, but I do want to go to Africa at some point. But I would like to. What is Bray? I would like to try it. Oh yeah, no, I got a lot. I'm sorry, there's a lot of dog hair here. I just kind of had that coat in the corner. I haven't dusted off that corner. That's inside the closet. The closet is my roommate's space, so I tossed the coat inside the closet. I have not cleaned out any of the dog hair in there. I need to vacuum this room a little better before I go, and I need to just clean up. So I'm gonna work on that. Oh, you thought it was Thunder? Oh, dang. Okay, I got you. Thief cosplay. Yeah, I was actually gonna get like this sort of rogue hood for when I didn't want the mask. Like I had like this rogue hood thing, and I was gonna wear it with this. Like I thought this was really cool. Like I was gonna have this mask, the rogue. Like okay, so the ski mask here, the rogue hood. Oh God, how do I do this? Oh no wonder. All right. How do I do it? This way. Okay. Also, because I do genuinely like wearing these masks here while I'm in like city areas, because like I said, I used to live in Baltimore. That dirty air will really mess up your lungs. But I've always liked these sort of like kind of not like gas masks, but sort of just face masks. I've always liked this as a look. I've always wanted to try it out. But anyway, yeah. Thief. Oh wait, spy cosplay. Nice. I don't know, maybe I should play Team Fortress 2 sometime. I don't really want to play it with all the bots in there, though. All bots and scammers and stuff. I'm sorry about the ad, Snifty. I'm not really sure what I can do about that. There's a lot of goofy stuff I'll see. I am looking forward to it. Anakin Dog... What? Anakin Dogwalker does actually slap pretty good. Ray-Ban's Meta Glasses. Oh, God. Oh! Hold up. I got the Xreal Air 2 Pro. Yeah, this actually pretty good. It's not the best, kind of middling, but it's expensive. It's like $500, but for me it was worth it. I mean, with the Beam 2 Pro, I got it. For me, it's worth it, just because whenever I'm like doing the van life stuff, and I got this little thing right here. In order to help preserve the battery, I can turn off the screen and I'll be able to put the glasses on. It's like a much tinier screen, so it's less power draw and it makes the battery last longer. So in terms of like energy conservation, it's a good idea for me. Barbecue. Oh, like a big fire grill up steak, sausage, and bread with vegetables. Oh, that does sound pretty good. Kind of like a chili, but without the chopped up meat. What about Baltimore Neon? I don't see Baltimore in there. I used to live in Baltimore. Anywhere near a crime scene with that kind of stuff? No, I wasn't gonna be wearing that at a crime scene. No. Absolutely not. Balti less? Oh, I see. That's a good one. Obligatory fuck you, Baltimore. Yeah, you know what? Baltimore's kind of trash. I lived there for like 6 months. I'm sorry. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. Like, the city pride, whatever, the sports team, I'm sure it's great. I'm sure the cuisine is fantastic. The pizza is terrible. I'm sorry, Baltimore. You make god-awful pizza. It is way too salty. Baltimore pizza is way too salty. But, it's all right. Just the place itself with all the people running around with the bins and stuff, that's awful. Oh, the pier's pretty, though. Like, if you actually like, go out by the ocean, that's pretty. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. To purchase a car at an unfair deal. Why? Why did you do that? Why did you do any of that? Oh. Huh. I feel like this is a YouTube skit I'm slightly remembering, but I don't quite remember. One day it'll show me. Okay, I'd appreciate that. Check your DM. Okay, I gotcha. Oh yeah, the education in Baltimore is awful. Also, sorry about that little sniffle. Like I said, I was having to compose myself earlier. Anyway, like I said, probably gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming later. Probably Helldivers 2. Not gonna lie, probably Helldivers 2. I would love to play Helldivers 2, so I'm gonna be streaming Helldivers 2 later. And yeah. I want to shoot something. I want to shoot bugs. I want to shoot a lot of bugs. We're gonna set bugs on fire. Yeah, that sounds fun. We're gonna set some bugs on fire. So yeah, if anyone want to join, yeah, feel free to join. I'm probably gonna take a couple more hours to decompress again and kind of figure out what I'm gonna do. Then we can go burn some bugs. But yeah, thank everybody for being here. Thank y'all for listening. I know there's a good few of you that have been around since the start of the stream. I appreciate y'all. I'm pretty sure I've been bitching for it's only an hour. I thought I was gonna say for an hour and a half, but a little over an hour, a little less than an hour and a half. But that's pretty much the story. Yeah, it's upsetting. It's scary. I'm scared, honestly. If you want to support me, if you want to do like a one-time donation, check the Twitch things, whatever. I am definitely going to be trying to avoid my ethical guidelines for advertising and taking sponsors and stuff. I'm definitely going to be trying to focus on that still. But I will say, if anything does come up where it seems like the lesser of all the evils, and I actually absolutely need it, but I'm gonna try to avoid doing that. You know, no mobile games, no whatever, and no mobile games like gacha mechanics, because gacha is a freaking gambling casino. And yeah, I'll try to stick by that. If it comes to that or starve, obviously I'm gonna do it because I have to, in order to not starve, or for my dogs to not starve. But I don't care if I starve. I care if my dogs starve. But yeah, Patreon, all that stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm gonna be focusing on I gotta pump those rookie numbers up. We are going to be what day is it? The 3rd. Okay, so in 19 days I'm gonna have 1,000 subscribers. So I'm gonna be hammering out those videos. I'll be doing a lot of streams, a lot of videos. We're gonna have some fun. I probably won't be bringing this up too much in the future. I just kind of wanted to explain my situation, where I'm at, how I got to where I'm at, because I'm asking y'all for money. So I feel like y'all should at least be fully clued in as to what made me lose my job. I fully explained it the best I could. I'm sure there was some bias on my part, but I would at least like to think I'm not the one actively creating a hostile work environment based on what I've said. And yeah, it's just, how in the world are you going to say, oh, well, they said they didn't do it and I didn't catch it? So you just call me a liar? Like, what the heck? God, it just makes no sense. Makes no sense. Like, again, the Principal Skinner meme. I'm not trying to be Principal Skinner where it's like, oh, are they the problem or am I the problem? Because apparently it's like 8 people said I was creating a hostile work environment. But at the same time, those 8 people are also friends. And also 3 of those 8 people have a... 3 or 4. I don't know if they asked the one guy who like assaulted me at the start, but they at least asked 3 of those, like at least 3 of those people have approached me with hostility before. 2 of them recently. And it's like, why would they not lie on me? I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm a hostile person. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to evaluate my character and figure this out. Because it's confusing more than anything. For me, it's just confusing. Like, and this is going to make my life a lot harder. This is the second job in a row I got fired from. The last one was at the police academy. And basically, somebody accused me of saying I'd shoot up a building, which I did not. And they investigated me and said I did not say that. And they believe I did not say it. But they fired me for being too much trouble. Well, they only fired me for a year, so technically I could go back, but I shouldn't be a cop right now. I'm not in a good enough mental headspace for that. I shouldn't have access to firearms right now. But yeah, it's just like the last job, the reason why I got fired and I was considered too much trouble, I got into an argument with my class. I didn't cuss. I didn't like scream at them. I did raise my voice a little bit because I was getting frustrated, but pretty much they said, oh, those aren't core fam shoes, because I had on like some dress shoes, and what they meant was uniform shoes, but I was told core fam shoes. That's just a slang term for uniform shoes. And pretty much what happened was they I got dress shoes. I didn't realize it. And so we was at the inspection, the morning inspection, and the instructor said, are those core fam shoes? I said, yes, sir. And I was so confident. I was so confident. And he said, okay. It's like, all right, Douglas, if you say so. So yeah, no, they I was supposed to get uniform shoes, but they said, oh, you need to spend the money to get the uniform shoes. I was like, literally, the instructors. Turns out the instructor was just trying to be nice and not call me out for everyone. That's what he told me afterwards. But because I had, argued and said, no, I don't want to get them because I don't have the money for it right now. Because I did that, we all got investigated because everybody was shouting at me and I was getting frustrated. And I said, the instructor literally said, it's fine. Those are core fam shoes. He didn't say anything. Like, I don't know what y'all want me to say. And that's pretty much the worst my tone of voice got. But, that was strike 1. Strike 2 is when we were in defensive tactics, and we was doing this whole push-up thing, like this push-up routine, and there's like, and then he was counting down, like, I think he was counting down from 60 or something like that, or 100. And as soon as he got to the last number, I went to drop, and he said, hold it. And then I was like struggling to get it up because I was sweating. Literally, my hands were moving around on the floor because of how much sweat was under that. I was slipping. And they was like, come on, get up, Douglas, get up, get up. And I was like, I'm getting up, I'm getting the fuck up. And because I said the fuck up, like, cause sometimes you cuss to give yourself that boost. And they even acknowledged it, but they wrote me up for that. And then the third strike was, again, somebody reporting me over a lie, which I got investigated for. And this is all in 6 months. No, wait, it's 3 months of training. I lived at the one place for 3 months, but this was in 3 months. So all that happened in 3 months. And for me, that doesn't seem like too much trouble. That seems like an instructor not being transparent with an employee. Somebody just, okay, I cuss. You're not supposed to cuss. Maybe a warning. Maybe a warning. Just a little, hey, maybe don't cuss, okay? It's like, okay, my bad. And then the third thing, well, obviously they lied. Oh, and again, also what I said was in front of the instructor. I said, oh, okay, so you want me to shoot towards a building full of kids? Got it. And, like with an actual firearm. Because we was talking about the Columbine shootings, and I'm not very good with a pistol, but I am good with a shotgun, so I was asking if we could switch to less lethal so I could get, like, the beanbag shotgun. Because I was worried about, like, I'd be worried about hitting a kid. And he actually berated me in front of the class after saying there are no stupid questions. Ask whatever you want. People ask just the dumbest stuff. And I asked this question like, oh, can I switch to a less lethal option? And he was like, and he actually berated me in front of the class, said, there are no stupid questions, but that's stupid questions. Singled me out just to berate me over that. I didn't want to hit a kid. Okay. And then somebody lied on me and said I said I was going to like shoot up a building full of people. Anyway, so anyway, this is the second job in a row I've gotten fired from. And, oh yeah, that was the last workplace with the police department in Baltimore. That was the Baltimore Police Department. Yep. And, yeah, this time, like I said, this is the second job in a row I've gotten fired from. So it's going to be really hard to find... It's going to be really hard to get a job whenever I move. And that's my biggest worry. And again, that's another reason why I'm going to be pushing so hard for this. It's because, yeah, I just, clearly I'm doing, and that's what I was saying about the Principal Skinner moment. Clearly I seem to be doing something wrong. But when I lay out the facts and I fully explain in detail what happened and my mindset during that time and why it happened, I don't see myself being the bad person. I don't see myself being an hostile, unreasonable person that's too much trouble. I see myself as somebody who's willing to stick up for myself if somebody insults me. I see myself as somebody who's willing to go through the system if I feel like I've been wronged for what I assume is a rational reason based on, the evidence I present. Like, I don't know. This is the second job in a row I got fired from. And again, it's a similar concept for being too much trouble. People here saying you're creating a hostile work environment. I don't know. It's just... Yeah, I don't know. They reprimanded for it, yeah. But I don't know. Because there are some people who are saying like, oh, don't drop it, make it a legal case. I don't got the money for a lawyer. And even if I could get like a free lawyer, do I gotta pay if I lose? Like, I don't know. If it's free all throughout, unless I get paid and they get like a bigger cut because of it, sure, I guess. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Because this is the second job in a row. And it's like, am I the asshole? Yeah, I don't know, man. And I'm sure y'all agree with me and I appreciate it and stuff. It's just, I still gonna be doubting myself and considering it because it's like a pattern. It's a pattern. So I'm doing something wrong. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is this wrong thing that is messing up my life? Because I have got to stop it. Yeah, I guess I can talk to an employment attorney. I guess I can talk to one. I'll see if I can, like, talk with one. Just, I don't know, man. Because, like, okay, at the very least, my supervisor messed up when he said, like, oh, you're okay with homosexuality? That's wrong. That's not Christian. Like, him trying to, like, push Christianity on me and trying to, like, talk down on a protected status. Sure, I guess. That's definitely wrong. But as far as the actual getting fired part, I don't know, man. Yeah, one's worst enemy is often oneself. Like I said, I did present to y'all with the evidence, and in my opinion, I am not the asshole, and I shouldn't have got fired from either one of those jobs. Oh, here's what gets me. One of the instructors, a detective, Sergeant... I don't want to dox him. I don't want to say his name. He's a guy who's he was like the head of the gun range at the time. He pulled me aside. He asked me, like, he called me into his office and asked me a little bit about myself. And he said, you have a hard time trusting people, don't you? And I said, yeah, on like a personal level. Because like personally, and I assured him like, yeah, when it comes to like other police officers and we're like out there and we got to watch each other's back. Yeah, I can trust them. I ain't got no problem with that. It's just like on a personal level when it comes to like friendships, relationships. Yeah, I have a hard time trusting people because I've been hurt a lot. And he asked me a little bit more about myself. He said, Douglas, you are literally the perfect officer. All right, no, he said the perfect cop. He said, you are literally the perfect cop. And I am not kidding. That is his exact words. You are literally the perfect cop. And I know what he meant. Like, he doesn't mean like I was better than anybody per se. Just like I have the right mindset of wanting to protect people, being willing to put myself in harm's way without being reckless. If it meant, helping people out. I was doing charity work. I was like or like volunteer work. I was helping, like teach young troubled kids life lessons and stuff. I was offering to help my coworkers. I was putting the job first and the duty first. I was doing everything right. Apparently, he's like, I would have been a fantastic police officer. And as soon as I can get my mental state fixed, and honestly, whether or not YouTube works out after that, I will try to be a cop again. Because at the end of the day, I want to stop abusers from abusing people, and I want to help people who have been abused get the help they need in order to not become abusers themselves. Because that's how you get abusers. People get abused, and then they think, oh, that's just something people do, and then they act it out because it happened to them. So, yeah, it must be fine, right? Or, nobody cares, right? Because nobody cared for them. And that's usually how it happens with abusers. So my thing is, I want to be a cop so that I can stop abusers from creating more abusers, and also so that people who are in need can actually get help. I don't really want to do like tickets. I don't want to do like whatever. I want to stop people from giving drugs to people who are vulnerable. Like, I want to stop drug dealers. I want to stop gang leaders. I want to stop corrupt officials. Those are like my 3 big target areas. And I guess reckless drivers. Reckless drivers are... Don't drive recklessly. Don't drink and drive. Don't be taking crazy turns, going 100 miles an hour on a 60, 70 mile lane. Don't do that. That's how you get people killed. That's how you get yourself killed. So don't do that. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just rambling at this point. It has been an hour and a half now. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna decompress. I won't have the camera up for that. I was just wanting to talk to y'all like face to face, let you know what's going on, and yeah, we can play some Helldivers 2 later. But yeah, it's good seeing y'all. Thank y'all for being here, and yeah, love you guys. Adios. Bye-bye.